Try to make each inhale and exhale the same length. And as you breathe, forget about everything that is outside this room. With our hands in Anjali Mudra in front of our heart, let's do one Om to start our class today. So take a deep breath in. Bow your heads, release your hands, open your eyes, and if you have anything under your sit bones for a prop, just pull that out. Bring your hands out in front of you. Walk your fingertips out to the front of your mat. Lift the shoulders, rise through the crown of the head. Extend out. Each exhale takes you a little deeper in your forward fold. As you press your fingers into the floor in front of you, allow the sit bones to stay grounded so the low back stays nice and long. Shoulders lift to the ceiling and the heart dips to the floor. On your next inhalation, walk your hands over to the right hand side, feeling the opening through the side bodies on the left. Stay grounded through that left hip. Keep the head low and keep extending to the crown of the head. Inhale back to center and then exhale going off to the left. Again, staying grounded through that right hip, feeling the opening through the whole side body on the right side. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, coming back to center. Walk our hands upright again. And then place the right hand on the outside of the right of the mat. Lift the left arm up to the ceiling. Extend through the fingertips. Really feel the length in your rib cage. And then exhale, go off in crescent to the right. Pull that left shoulder back and see if you can look up towards the ceiling underneath your extended left arm. Extend through the fingertips. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, changing sides. The left hand going to the floor, right arm up to the ceiling. Extend tall and then crescent over to the left. Stay grounded through that right sit bone. Pull that right shoulder back and look up towards the ceiling. Keep on breathing. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, both hands in front. Coming forward and onto all fours. So sit yourself up. Do some cat-cow. Hands right under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Then tuck the tailbone and inhale. Lift the spine. Allow the head to fall for cat. Exhale, concave the spine. Lift the head. Actually, even lift the buttocks for cow pose. And then go back and forth in this motion 2 or 3 times on your own. With intention, feeling the spine move up and down. Following your breath with the movements. And then meeting back in center. Walk the hands out in front of you, come into puppy pose. So extend the arms out, leave the knees right underneath the hips. Soften through the upper body, allow the sternum to come down towards the floor. Perhaps your forehead or your chin touches the mat. Inhale, lift up slightly, and then exhale, thread that right arm underneath your left, bringing your right ear down to the floor. Extend the left leg out behind you, coming up on the toes. And then walk the left leg all the way over to the right hand. Lift the left arm up to the sky. Start to twist open. Pull the left shoulder back. If your practice allows, the left hand comes down behind the back and clasp the top of the right thigh. Keep pulling the left shoulder back, reaching out through that left baby toe. On the next inhale, start to unwind, bringing the left hand back to the mat, the left leg back behind you, and find your way back up to puppy. Take a breath here, and then inhale, moving to the other side, sweeping the left arm underneath, extend it out, left temple down to the floor. Reach that right leg out behind you, and then walk the right foot over to the left hand. Sorry, bud. Start to twist open, lifting the right arm up to the sky. Exhale the back hand back behind the back and clasping the top of the left thigh this time. Pulling the right shoulder back, extending through that is my right baby toe. Keep on breathing. Next inhale. Right arm up to the sky, right hand to the floor, right leg behind you, back up to puppy. And then walking the hands back up to all fours. Let's come down onto our elbows and our forearms. Ground your forearm from the wrist all the way up to the elbow, clasp the hands, and then extend the right leg back, and then the left leg back, coming into a plank pose. Tuck your tailbone, draw your navel up to your spine. Make sure your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. We're just going to hold this for a count of 15. Keep on breathing, inhaling, exhaling. On your next inhale, start to walk up, coming up into a full plank pose. Hands right underneath the shoulders. Extend through the heels, engage the quads, lift the kneecaps. Soften through the heart. Couple more breaths here, building some stamina. And then exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Go ahead and take this dog for a walk. Pressing the right heel down and then the left heel down. Bending the knees opposite. And then coming back to neutral, walk your feet as wide as your mat. Turn to the outside of the right foot, the inside of the left, and then sweep that left arm up to the sky. Pull the shoulders back, press the sternum forward, extend out to the crown of the head. Stay strong with that supporting arm. Keep the hips lifted, navel to the spine. Exhale, fold back over. Make sure your feet are as wide as your mat again. And then from down dog, roll out to the outside of the left foot, inside of the right, and then lift the right arm up to the sky. Turn your gaze up to your extended fingers. Stay grounded to the four corners of that supporting hand. Press through the sternum, shoulder blades back. Exhale, come on down. Press back to down dog. Walk your feet back in. And then walk your feet up towards your hands. Stay your knees bended as much as possible, or as much as necessary, let me say. Bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, extend up and out to the crown of the head. Exhale, go a little deeper in your forward fold. Inhale, extend up and out, navel to spine. Exhale, go deeper still. Maybe your hands slide around the back of your ankles. Inhale one more time, looking up and extending out, crown of the head towards the wall in front of you. And then exhale, go deep. Slight bend to your knees and take your left hand to the outside of your right foot. Straighten the right knee, bend the left knee slightly, and start to twist to the right. Right hand to the hip first, and then lift that right arm up to the sky. Keep on breathing. Exhale, right hand back down to the floor. Release your clasp. Hands to shins. Inhale, look up, extend out. Exhale, go deep in the forward fold. This time, bending the right knee. Right hand to the outside of the left foot. Left hand to the right left hip. Start to twist open. And then left arm up to the ceiling. Turning your gaze up. Slight bend to the right knee. Keep on breathing. Exhale, left hand down. Uttanasana. Inhale, extend up and out. Exhale, deep in the forward fold. This time, arms sweep out to the outside. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. And close your eyes. Bring your breath back to an even pace. And then exhale, release your hands and open your eyes. Doing okay? I hope so. Can't get any feedback on this. So let's set ourselves up. Ground down through the four corners of both feet. Press to the four corners and lift the arches. As you lift the arches, engage the quadriceps so the kneecaps lift. Tuck your tailbone, lift the shoulders up, roll them back, and allow them to fall down the back body. Extend the fingertips down to the floor. Crown of the head reaches to the ceiling. Navel joins the spine. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms sweep to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bend the knees, right foot back, high lunge. Really reach that back foot to the back of the mat, heel to the wall, back thigh lifts away, front thigh sinks, extending up and out to the crown of the head. Stay with the breath. On the next exhalation, the left foot joins the right into plank pose. Hands are right under the shoulders, really press into the floor with the index finger and the base of the thumb. Exhale, slow lower down to the floor. Flatten the feet, check the placement of your hands. Thumbs should be mid-chest, elbows hug the rib cage. Press the top of the feet into the floor and inhale. Come up into a baby cobra, nice and soft. Exhale, back to the floor. Turn the toes under. First press to plank, then to downward facing dog. Then we're just going to hold this dog. So adjust as you may. Extend the crown of the head towards that space between your hands. Don't let your head fall, but really keep it active. Reach the heels to the floor as much as possible, and the shoulder blades wrap around the back of the body. Keep on breathing. One more good inhale. And then on an exhale, softly bring that left foot forward into high lunge. Right foot joins it, Uttanasana. Inhale, looking up, extending out. Exhale, go deep. Inhale, arms sweep to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to the heart. Release the hands. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, bending the knees, right foot back, high lunge. Come down to low lunge, bring both hands to the front knee. Square your hips off, pull that left hip back, right hip comes forward, fingertips down to the floor. Keep the engagement of the hips. Start to roll the shoulders back, extend up and out through the crown of the head, and then inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Feel the shoulders wrap around the back body. Flatten your hands to face the center of the room. As you do, feel the shoulder blades even go further back onto the back body. Keep the navel engaged. Keep the hips square. Exhale, fold forward, frame the front foot, come up into high lunge. Softly bring the left foot back to join the right into plank pose. Exhale, lower down to the floor or hover in chaturanga, and then up dog or cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Once again, tune into your breath. We'll hold down dog for a few breaths here. That's 3, 4, and on 5, inhale, bring that left foot forward. Right foot forward, high lunge. Left foot joins it, Uttanasana. Inhale, look up, extend out. Exhale, deep dive. Inhale, arms sweep to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, bend the knees, right foot back. High lunge. Left foot back, plank pose. Chaturanga or to the floor, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Go ahead and lift the right foot up to the sky. Bend the right knee and then send the right foot over to the left-hand side. Come up on the right fingers and really open up. Extend to the lifted toes. Inhale, coming back to center, lowering the right leg to the floor. And then pause. Other side, lifting the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, bending the left knee, left foot over to the right, coming up on those left fingertips. Open up the whole front body. Left foot back to center, left foot to the floor, and pause. Extending the head to that space between the hands. Inhale, softly bring the right foot forward, high lunge. Left foot forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, go deep. Inhale, arms to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to the heart. And close the eyes. Once again, we bring our breath back to an even pace. Inhale and the exhale. Exhale, release the hands. Doing okay? Adjust your clothing. Hands to the hips. Okay, so we're going to exhale, roll the shoulders back, and then bend forward. Stopping your torso is parallel to the floor. Draw your navel in and up towards your spine. Lift the shoulders up and away from the floor. Now bring your center of gravity to your right foot and lift the left leg up off the floor. Extend the right fingertips towards the floor, but don't touch. And then start to open up, lifting the left arm up to the sky. Toes point outward on the lifted leg. Try to find some stability within the instability of that standing leg. Lifted arm comes back to the hip. Left arm comes back to the hip. Turn the torso down. Inhale, coming on up and placing the left foot on the floor. Other side. Lift the shoulders, roll them back, heart lifts. Exhale, fold halfway. Navel to spine. Crown of the head to the center of the room. This time we're going to balance on our left foot, bringing our right leg up and out. Starting to twist open towards the right. The left fingertips come down towards the floor. Right arm goes up to the sky. Heel to the wall behind you, toes to the shin. Inhale, hand to the hip, coming upright. Nice. Okay, grab your straps, or ties, or belts, whatever you have. Use that. So we're going to do the standing big toe pose. So take your strap and wrap it around the bottom of your right foot. Hold the strap with your right hand and hold the strap right at your right knee as you bend your right knee to a 90-degree angle. Left hand on the hip, and now extend the right leg out. As we open the right leg to the right, we extend the left arm out to the opposite side. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Inhale, bring the foot back in, hand to the hip, and drop the strap. Keep extending through the lifted leg, and then slow lower, bringing the right foot to the floor. Other side. Taking our strap, wrapping it around the bottom of the left foot now. Lifting the left foot up, holding the strap right at the left knee at a 90-degree angle. Right hand on the right hip, shoulders back. Extend the left leg straight. Pull the left shoulder back. Keep the elbow close to the rib cage. Lift and extend the heel towards the center of the room. Now on your exhale, left leg goes out to the left, and the right arm comes out as a counterbalance. Finding Jana Mudra if you wish. Coming back to center, hand to the hip, and then dropping the strap, and lowering the leg softly. Good job. All right. Getting rid of that. We're going to come back up to the top of our mats. Feet under the hips. Set your foundation. Bringing the hands to the heart. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, full Uttanasana. Inhale, looking up halfway. Exhale, bending the knees, hands to the floor, right foot back, high lunge. Spin the back foot flat, bringing that left elbow to the left knee. So line your feet up, front heel to the back arch, back foot is flat. Feel as if someone's standing on the outside or the top of your right baby toe. So as they push that foot down, that inner thigh lifts up and away from the floor. Keep the right fingers active and then the left fingers active, and then place the right hand on the right hip. Start to twist open. Extend the right arm behind you, palm up. Look back at your open palm. Inhale, lift it to the ceiling. Exhale, extend it out over the right ear, and then turn to look up towards your extended fingers. Finding our breath. The left elbow can stay here, or the left elbow slides to the inside of the left foot, and the right arm comes up to the ceiling. Pressing down with both feet, come up, rising to warrior two. Shoulders back, front knee tracks straight out over that second and third toe. Keep the tailbone tucked, shoulders back. Extend through the fingertips. Torso comes straight up out of the pelvis. Exhale, right arm to the right thigh, left arm up, crescenting back. Inhale, coming back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Pour yourself over, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Hand can stop on the shin, or fingertips can go all the way to the floor. Back leg stays strong. Exhale, release the top leg, arm all the way to the floor. Come up on the back toes. And then bring both hands to the inside of that front foot. Lower yourself down slightly so you can take this left arm underneath that left thigh, bringing the hand to the outside of the left foot. Now spin the back foot flat again. Bring some of your weight onto your hand. And then lift that right arm up to the sky. Lower the right hand down behind your thigh, your back. And if your practice allows, go for a clasp. Our head is tucked right now, but ultimately we want to open up, pulling the back, top shoulder back. Front of the chest is open. Breathing. Exhale, release the clasp. Frame the front foot. Step the front foot back into downward facing dog. Bring the knees down to the mat. Spread them out wide. Bring the big toes together and come down into Savasana, or Child's Pose. In Child's Pose, our arms can rest out in front with our forehead coming down to the mat. Some, I know, like to bring their hands behind their back, clasping their wrist on their sacrum. Following our breath. Giving thanks for this pause. On our next inhalation, press up to all fours. Bring the knees together. Press up to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that right foot to the ceiling. Exhale, extend it forward into high lunge. Spin the back foot flat. Line the heel up with the back arch. Bring that right elbow to that left knee. Fingertips on that right hand are active. Left shoulder pulls back. Again, we're going to think as if someone's stepping on the outside of that back foot so the back thigh lifts up and away from the floor. Extend the left arm back, palm up, look back at your open palm. Inhale it up to the sky. Exhale it out over the left ear, and then turn to look up at your left fingertips. Keep the tailbone tucked. Keep a 90-degree angle on that front knee. Keep the back thigh lifting, and keep on breathing. Next inhalation, ground through both feet and come up into Warrior Two. Shoulders on the back body, front knee tracks straight out over that second and third toe. Back thigh still walks away from us, and we sink deep. Gazing out over that front middle finger. Warrior Pose is a very strong forward motion pose, but the motion comes from our fingertips. Exhale, crossing back. Right arm up to the sky. Go deeper in that front knee. Inhale, come back to Warrior Two. Exhale, straighten the front knee. Coming over to Trikonasana. Hand to the shin or all the way to the floor. Both legs strong and straight. Nice straight line from the tips of each fingers, each hand. Keep on breathing. Exhale, knee. Come up with the ball of the back foot. Then bring both hands to the inside. We're going to do that twist on the other side. So lower the front body so you can bring that right arm underneath that right thigh. Flatten the back foot again. Start to bring your weight onto that hand. Left hand comes to the hip. Left arm up to the sky. Exhale over the hand behind the sacrum. And then lift the supporting hand up off the floor. Going for the clasp. We have a bow to our body right now, but tucking the tailbone, pulling that left shoulder back, opens the front of the body to the center of the room. On the next exhale, we release the clasp, frame the front foot, step back, downward facing dog. Come on down to your knees, spread them out wide. Big toes together and come into another child's pose. And once again, find gratitude for the rest. Find gratitude for everything in your life. One more inhale, and then on the exhale, come up to all fours. Press back, downward facing dog. And then softly walk your feet towards the front of the mat, towards your hands. Much bend to the knees as you need. Hands to the shins, inhale, look up. Exhale, go deep. Inhale, arms sweep to the sky. Exhale, the hands to the heart. And release. Okay, we've got balance on one foot. So if you need a wall or a prop, chair, or whatever to hold on to, find it for yourself. We're going to start with our right foot. We're going to go into tree pose. So to start with, we ground to the four corners of the standing leg. Engage the quadriceps so we lift the knee so we have a nice, strong foundation. Bringing the left heel to the ankle or to the shin or all the way up into the thigh. Please just don't press on your knee. It is a very delicate joint. Wrap your toes around your supporting leg. Find your hands to Anjali Mudra. Establish your drishti, that point of reference that doesn't move. It'll help you with your balance. Inhale, slowly lift the hands in front of the face. Allow the thumbs to trace the curve of the head, bringing the thumbs to the back of the skull. Open the elbows up nice and wide, and then extend the arms up towards the sky. Remember, trees waver in the wind, so be nice to yourself. On the exhale, arms become parallel to the floor. And then we're just going to turn our head to look at our left fingertips. Whoa! And don't mind the teacher. He falls out of poses all the time. Turning our head back to center. Bringing the hands to the heart. And releasing the pose. What do we say? It's not how well you do the pose. It's how well you treat yourself when you fall out. So let's do the other side. Maybe it'll be better. Ground to that left foot. Heel to ankle, foot to shin, or foot to the thigh. Establish your drishti, hands to the heart. Inhale, slowly bring the hands in front of the face, tracing the curve of the head, thumbs to the back of the skull. Open the elbows out nice and wide, and then inhale, arms up. Keep your drishti, keep your focus, following our breath. Exhale, arms parallel to the floor. Do it a little different this time. We're going to bring the hands into the heart, really reestablish your drishti, and then close your eyes. And then as you're ready, come out of the pose. Good job. That's always easier for me. Okay, so we're going to go into hangman's pose, hangman's tree. So we'll go back to the right foot, set your foundation, crossing that left ankle over the top of the right knee, shin parallel to the floor, knee back, left foot flat, hands find their way to the heart. As we exhale, we're going to start to bend the standing leg and then open our arms out, finding Jana Mudra. Slight bend to the wrists, slight bend to the elbows. A little different twist today. Bring your hands back to prayer. And then start to twist to the right hand side. If you can, bring that left hand to the right foot. Right hand to the hip. Or if you can, start to slide that forearm down. Maybe you even bring the elbow into the bottom of the foot. Hands come into prayer. Exhale, start to dissolve the pose, and coming upright. One side's always easier than the other. And now you know what you're going to do, so it's got to be easy. Hangman's tree, other side. I know, you're laughing. Left foot foundation, right? Right ankle crosses over, shin parallel, knee back, foot flat, hands to heart. As we exhale, we bend the standing leg, arms coming out, finding Jana Mudra. Slight bend to the wrists and the elbows. Spread the toes on that lifted foot. Bring the hands to the heart. Start to twist now to the left-hand side. And start by bringing the hands to the hip and the bottom of the foot. The right hand can start to slide down. You can stay here. Or bring the elbow down to the bottom of the foot. Hands to the prayer. Keep on breathing. And exhale. Start to dissolve the pose. And coming upright. Good. Take a deep breath. Come on down to your knees. So if you need a little extra pad on your knees, you can fold your mat up, put your blanket. And then turn to the right side of your mat. We're going to go into gate pose. So extend the left foot out towards the front of your mat. Really reach to the outside of the baby toe. Ground all four corners of that extended leg. Inhale, both arms parallel. Shoulders back, heart lifts. Exhale, pour yourself over to this side. Fingertips come to the floor. Left arm up. Shoulders back. Flatten the hand on the mat. And then lift that back leg up away from the floor. Heel presses to the center of the room. Exhale, come back to gate pose, and then come upright, hands to the hips, and change sides. Extend the right leg out. Right foot reaches to the baby toe. Inhale, arms parallel, shoulders back, tuck the tailbone. Exhale, pour yourself over to the left, fingertips to the floor, right arm to the sky. Flatten the left hand, lift the right foot up off the floor. Exhale, foot to the floor, and then coming upright, hands to the hips. Bring both knees to the floor. Now we're going to move into Vasisthasana. So a couple ways we can do it. We're going to start with our left hand on the mat. So the beginner's part of this would be to extend the left leg straight, bringing the right foot in as a kickstand. Regardless of where you are in this pose, that left shoulder is right on top of that left hand, and then we start to twist open. Keep the hips lifted and away from the floor, and then extend right arm up to the sky. You can hold it here or stack the feet. And Rob, if Rob wants to, he's going to try to show the full pose. And then as you're ready, coming out, coming down to all fours, and rest. And then we'll do the other side. Bring the right hand to the center of the mat. Bring the right foot out. Left foot comes up in front as a kickstand. Left hand to the hip. We start to open up by pulling the left shoulder back. Left arm up. Stay with the kickstand, or both feet coming together, or as Rob is doing, you can go into tree pose. Keep the hips lifted and away, feet flat as if you're standing on them. Exhale, release the pose, and come on down to your knees. Cross your ankles, and come back to seated. Okay. Ready? Keep going, right?
That's right.
Pardon me. So, bring your feet in, flat on the floor, hold the back of the thighs. Roll the shoulders, come up onto the sit bones, shoulders back, stay grounded through the feet, lift the heart, lift the sternum, and then lift the right leg up off the floor. Right foot to the floor, left leg up. Lifted foot stays flat as if you're standing on it. I'm doing it with a bent knee. Rob's doing it with a straight leg. Exhale, feet to the floor. Regroup. Lift the heart. Lift the right foot. Lift the left foot. Anchored bow. Now here we draw the navel into the spine. We keep the chest lifting up. Extend out through the crown of the head. Exhale, release the feet to the floor. We're going to go up one more time. You can do anchored boat again, or we're going to move into full boat. So set yourself up onto your sit bones and clasp the back of both thighs. Torso leans back slightly just so the heart can come forward. Shoulders back. Start by lifting the right foot, then the left. And then releasing the hands and extending the legs. Keep the belly engaged. If your practice allows, lower down. Don't touch the heels of the shoulders. Inhale, come back up. Lower down. Come back up. One more time. Lower down. Come back up. Clasp the hands and come seated. Janushirasana. I like to call it Johnny. Extend the right leg straight. You may want to have your strap handy. The right leg straight, ground to the heel all the way up to the thigh. So the knee, the calf, the back of the hamstring, and then bring that left foot in. Ultimately, you would like this left heel to be on the top of the left leg and the the left toes to be on the right leg. Keeping the extended leg flat and grounded. We extend out through the mound of the big toe, but we draw the rest of the toes towards our shin. Inhale, we lift and exhale, we fold. If your practice allows, and you can go for your shin or your foot. Rob's using a strap. Think about putting your chin on top of your big toe. One thing I like to do is I take my right hand behind me. My left hand comes to the outside of my right shin. I inhale, lift, and exhale, I can pour myself forward. The important thing here is to keep your upper back nice and long. Feel this in the back of the hamstrings, the calves. Inhale, coming upright, and exhale, changing sides. And why do we change sides? So we don't have to walk in circles. All right. That is my left leg. Not really. It's extended. It's grounded through the heel, the calf, the thigh. My right foot is up in my groins, heel to the left, right leg, toes to the left. Inhale, I lift. Keep that front foot active. And I exhale, I fold forward. I'm thinking about putting my chin on top of my big toe. Keep the upper back nice and long. And like I did on the other side, my left hand comes behind, my right hand comes to the outside of my left shin, and then I extend and fold forward. Inhale, coming on up, and exhale, bringing both feet in, and let's come into, is this Baddha Konasana? Baddha Konasana. So I bring the soles of both feet together. I allow the muscles of my inner thighs just to softly relax so my knees can open up down towards the floor. I hold the toes. I lift through the heart, extend to the crown of the head. Soften your gaze, tune into your breath. Softly release that. We're going to bring our feet out slightly, and we're going to slide our hands underneath our shins, and then we're going to come upright. We're going to lift the feet up off the floor, coming up onto the sit bones. Heels stay together, and our hands find Jana Mudra. I was accused of making this pose up, but I'm not. It's real. Exhale, release the feet, unwind, and find yourself laying back on your back. We're going to come into reclined pigeon first. So laying back on our backs. Let's start with the right leg. So take the right leg and cross it over the left knee. Lift the right foot up off, the left foot up off the floor. Reaching through, we hold the back of that thigh, and then we draw that thigh, that left thigh, towards our heart. Keep both feet active. You can use your right elbow to press your right knee away to help to intensify the stretch in your hip. Or you can release your right hand from your left thigh and use your right hand just below your kneecap to press that thigh away from you. Finding our breath. Think about keeping the hips even. And next exhale, allow that left foot to come to the floor, undo your leg, and then moving to the other side. Crossing the left ankle over the right knee, lifting the right foot up off the floor, reaching through, both feet flat. Draw that right thigh towards you, the left shin comes towards your heart. You can use your left elbow to press that leg away, or release that left hand and press it just below the knee. Try to keep the hips nice and square, feet flat. One more inhalation. And exhale, release, leaving your legs up in the air. Hold both of the knees. And then behind the thighs. Bring your feet up towards your head and then just roll up to seated. Fancy. Another hip opener, we're going to do the ever-loving fireball. So let's start with our right leg on the bottom. Right shin is parallel to the front of your mat as possible. Right knee on the outside of the right hip, and then the right foot stays as flat as possible and outside the left. We take our left leg and we stack it on top of our right. Shins are on top of each other. My ankle is on top of my knee, and my knee is on top of my ankle. I press out to the mound of both big toes, and I try real hard to keep this my right ankle up off the floor. I sit up nice and tall. I try to imagine this left knee moving down in space towards my right foot. If my practice allows and I want a little bit more, I fold forward. I can bring my hands out in front. Important thing here is to keep the shins parallel. Keep pressing out to the mounds of both big toes. Inhale, coming upright. Bring your fingers behind you, and then we're just going to change legs. So now my left leg is on the bottom, left knee outside the left hip, left foot outside the right foot. My right shin comes up, shins are parallel, ankle on top of knee, knee on top of ankle. Press out to the mounds of both big toes. See if I can lift that ankle on that bottom foot. Sitting up nice and tall first. Allow this right knee to softly sink towards the foot, and then we come forward. Inhale, walk yourself upright, hands behind, and dissolve the pose. Let's come into Dandasana. So extend the legs straight. This time we're going to ground through the heels, calves, back of the knees, thighs, and sit bones of both legs. Bring your hands to the outside of both thighs. Lift the heart, press the chest forward, extend up and out to the crown of the head. Draw the navel in towards the spine. On your next inhale, slightly bend that left knee, bringing the right foot underneath. Bringing the right heel to the outside of the left thigh. And then we bring this left foot to the outside of the right knee. Ground through the mounted big toe and the outside of the heel. My right hand grabs the outside of my left knee. My left hand comes behind me. I first sit up nice and tall, and then I twist open to the left side. If you want a little bit more, right hand can come outside, fingertips to the floor, or fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, slowly unwind. Extend the left leg straight, right leg straight. Coming back first into Dhanasana, and then bending that right knee, sliding the left leg under. Bringing the heel to the outside, the right foot to the outside of the left knee. I ground through the mound of the big toe and the heel. My left hand holds my right knee. Right hand comes behind. I sit up nice and tall first, and then I start to twist open. And again, if your practice allows, that left hand can come to the outside, fingertips to the floor, or up to the ceiling. And exhale, release. Hands behind, extend the legs straight, and come on down to your backs. It's that time almost. So laying flat on your backs, bring your feet about 6 to 8 inches away from your bottom, and then lift the feet up off the floor. Try to create a 90-degree angle with your knee and your ankle so your toes point to the ceiling. Bring your arms up into cactus pose. Try to keep your low back grounded, and then exhale, lowering the legs off to the left-hand side. As the legs come down, turn your gaze to your right hands. Right hand, you only have one. Inhale, knees up to center, and then exhale, lower the knees off to the opposite side, your right side, and turn your gaze over to your left hand. Inhale, both legs up to center. Lift both legs to the ceiling and grab the back of both thighs. Lift the sternum up towards the knees. Exhale, bring the hands down alongside the torso, head to the floor. Engage the core, so low back on the floor, and a slow lower. Remembering slow is relative. Hands can be under the buttocks as much as needed. And as the legs reach the floor, moving the hands, opening the palms up, off to either side. Allow the feet to open up. Close the eyes. Prepare for Savasana. Follow your breath. next inhalation, start to bring animation back to your body by wiggling your toes and your fingers. You can roll your wrists and your ankles. You can even extend your arms up above your head. Nice long stretch. And then as you're ready, bend both of your knees, rolling over to your left or your right side. Just pause for a moment in this fetal position. And once again, give thanks. Thanks for being able to do this practice. Thanks for the next breath. Thanks for your health and for the health and well-being of all that you know. Now, as you're ready, using the strength of your arms, push yourself up to seated. Bring our hands into Anjali Mudra in front of our heart. And then we'll finish as we